Facebook that
What's
we
the
should know
story?
about?
Well, I want to talk about the ongoing ownership saga, the fight over ownership of Mr. Zuckerberg's shares in Facebook.
Love it.
You know, it's a wonderful story of how businesses start, and then there can be disputes between the co-founders, people involved at the beginning, about who owns what. This one is pretty exciting, I think. It's a corollary to the notion that, of course, success has a thousand fathers and failure is an orphan. But so we've talked in the past about the Winklevoss brothers, who had this idea of that was featured in the Facebook movie, and who sued Zuckerberg, claiming that he stole their intellectual property. And they settled in 2008 for a value of roughly, say, $50–60 million. Then they sued again to try to undo the settlement, claiming that they were defrauded as to the value of Facebook shares, but which, by the way, because they ended up, their deal ended up because of Facebook's giant increase in value. It's probably now $200 million. And just this week, last week, the Court of Appeals turned down their attempt to undo the settlement.
Wow.
But what I wanted to talk to today
Rick,
about...
for $200 million, will you leave MYOB?
That's right.
I'd probably leave it for $2. No.
So, but there's another player in the saga, a guy named Paul Seglia, who gave Zuckerberg in 2003 $1,000 towards the development of Facebook. He said,
seed money,
and who claims he was entitled to 50%
For $1,000.
for $1,000. And now, of course,
with seed capital.
What a good, I'd like to have him on my team. He's a good negotiator.
So, you know, I know you guys like to act as judges, but what happened was he just filed an amended complaint in his case. It's pending in federal court in the Western District of New York, and it sort of details what he's claiming. And it's interesting how emails can really get you in hot water. We don't know how this is going to play out, but I wanted to talk about what he alleges. He says that he had a contract, a written contract in 2003, signed by Zuckerberg for 50% of Facebook. And he then talks about this series of emails between him and Zuckerberg that reference the 50-50 split.
Oh boy.
So it sounds like this guy, you know, where's this guy coming out of left field? You got a company valued at $60 billion today, and he's looking for 50% of...
What a return on investment.
Not bad. Not bad. Reminds Jeffrey of his 401k returns, I'm sure. But
that's better than you did on Hell's Trash Masher, Rick.
Well, you know.
So Facebook and Zuckerberg's attorneys are calling these claims phony and questioning the authenticity of these emails.
As you would expect.
As you'd expect. But this case will probably end up getting into some heavy-duty computer expert forensics as to whether or not any of these emails and the agreement he's relying on were doctored.
Because you can plant emails.